because, as you probably can see from the title, I am dealing with a fibromyalgia flare-up. Actually, I've been dealing with one for the past 2 weeks. And I'm working really hard to calm my body down because it's not much fun. It is very windy outside, extremely windy. And I thought about going outside and doing what I need to do, but I stepped outside and I thought, no, it's not happening. It's way, way too windy. So I decided, let's just do this thing. I'll let you guys come in, connect, and grow. I've got some projects to finish up. You know what it's for. I'm not really going to go into detail about it, but you all know what it's for that has to get done. I finished the 2 blankets that needed to get done. I'm working on the soap caddies for the shower. I'm working on some other stuff for the shower and also for something that I want to put into some local stores. So I'm putting some soap caddies in, but I also want to do that too as well. And so I've set you up so you guys can see what I'm doing in a minute, but I need to change the thumbnail. I need to change the thumbnail for this because it doesn't want to ever stay on, so I figured it was no sense to try to do anything. So I'm doing that. I also want to give out memberships. I know I need to do the Dog the Bounty Hunter giveaway. I'm starting to kind of come out of whatever this funk was. I didn't like it. I still don't like it, but I'm working on it. So it will happen. And we'll get through it. For sure. I have some interesting projects I want to do. I've kind of decided how I want to kind of go forward right now. I need to get back to the devotions. I need to finish the Advent. I figured we're going to start those up in March, and I'll get those out so they'll finish the series on that. And those are good, and we need to be reminded of that really no matter what time of the year it is. So we'll do that, and then trying to just think. I'm in brain fog today. There's some projects I would like to try, and I think it would be very good therapy for me right now. I like to create things, as you all know, and I figure this will be really good therapy for me. So one of the things I thought about doing is I was scrolling through Facebook, and I saw this guy, and he took lace, and he literally put it on a canvas, and then he did like paint by numbers, and I thought, hi, Babel, I hope I did. Welcome in. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. We do this on every second and fourth Wednesday or second and fourth week of the month, and I want to make sure that we get it done because there's just been some days I just haven't been able to handle going on live. So I want to make sure that you guys don't miss out on the free memberships we give out. So Pamela, Rebecca, Brittany, Karen, it looks like, and Pinko Woodwork all got free memberships, so welcome on in. And then again, you could do hashtag blessed in the chat if you would like to have people connect with your channel. So I thought that was really cool, actually, to take the lace and put it on a canvas and be able to kind of decoupage it, put it on there, and then paint over it. I thought it was really cool. And I thought that would be really neat for kind of like an upcoming Mother's Day gift to do. And I really thought it was really cool. So I really liked that idea. So I wanted to do that. And then I also have been seeing these, what are they? The crystals or hanging tree plants where you take the beads and you do that, and I really like that idea, so I thought that would be a neat one to do. And I've also thought about just trying my hand a little bit on mosaic stuff. I thought I wanted to try that, so I'm thinking for a minute, guys. I don't know why it does that. So when so I saw that and I thought that was really cool. Let me get back. I'm all over the place. See if I can pin this comment. Pin message, good. All right. And so I like that craft. I like doing the mosaic. I thought we would try our hands at that. But I kind of feel like it may just be my way of kind of getting through whatever this is that I don't like. Hold on a second. Oh, nope. Don't want to. I may tip you over for a minute. Hold on a second. Whoops. It didn't go as smoothly as I wanted it to. I tried. I didn't think of that when I set this up. I've got my stand and I've got it in a place that's kind of funky, but it's working. So you guys can see what I'm going to do in a minute. And I can see you because I've got my laptop, so I can see comments that are happening over here, which is good. Okay. So when I am dealing with a fibromyalgia flare-up, which I am, I don't know if nobody can really see it, but I am actually have a sweatshirt on. It's only about 40 degrees outside, but the wind is like really, really bad. I've got a pair of socks on, I've got long pants, and I'm under 2 blankets, and I'm still freezing. That's what usually happens to me. Yesterday I was really cold, and I actually winded up having to be under another blanket and a heated blanket on top of that, and it took me 2 hours to warm up. So that's when I know that I'm in a really kind of flare up, when I kind of go through that. So the way I handle myself when I'm going through a fibromyalgia flare up, as I have, and mind you, I've been doing this on and off for 2 weeks, is I know that the thing is move your body. And that's great advice, but when you are in a fibromyalgia flare-up, your body is screaming at you, can you just stop moving so I can settle down? Because your body is in so much pain that it has to rest. And you're often really tired when you're going through these battles and these fibromyalgia flare-ups, because your body is in such a state. So you have to take care of yourself, and I've realized that very recently, that I better start saying, Mary, you have to kind of take care of yourself and deal with this. And I'm getting new glasses. Josh's glasses are in, my glasses aren't in yet. I know this is not the thing to do, but these are not my good glasses. Actually, just so you all know, this lens kept falling out. I broke, I guess, the little top. They're like the wires underneath. And I broke the top part of it and kept popping out. And I used this glue and I stuck the lens back in, and I have not had a problem since. So it's staying put. And these will be my backup glasses. So this is what I do. On Sunday, I was at church, and y'all can probably see the bruise. It is right there. And that's another thing too, by the way, the past 2 days, or no, since Sunday, I've been in a lot of pain, and I've just kind of crocheted through it. I was going into church. We have a ramp that people can go, and I usually, we have to go down in the basement for Bible study, but then usually do half the stairs sometimes I can't, and there's a way to go around the church and not go up. And then but so I could handle it, and I went up the stairs, and halfway up the stairs was like 4 or 5 stairs, and then I went up the ramp for the rest. And there's a water spigot outside of our church, and I literally went whack, and I whacked my hand right there. There was a bone. There's a bone running through it. It's still very sore and tender. And I whacked my hand on the water spigot, and I thought I actually broke it. I mean, I went in church. I took off my bracelet and my rings because I could just see it swelling. And I went in the nursery. We don't have children right now in the nursery, and I literally just bawled my eyes out. And then we left early because I was just in so much pain I didn't know what to do. So I've been really kind of taking it easy. That did not feel good at all, and it's still very tender and very sore, but the swelling seems to be going down. For those that know, I also do not usually very often wear my wedding ring when I crochet, and I'll tell you why. I have my ring is soldered together, my engagement ring and my wedding band, and because it's soldered, when I'm working and I can usually crochet faster with it off, is sometimes it'll get caught on the yarn. So I find out that when I'm wearing it, if I'm out and about to bring my crochet, then I wear it. But at home, if I take it off, I can crochet faster. So especially when I'm in a process of trying to get things done, like soap caddies, and stuff, when I've got things that really need to get handled and get done, I find I do better without my ring on to crochet. So because it's soldered together, it tends to get hooked on the yarn. Okay, so I've got these to work on. I figured, like I said, I needed to come on, let you know I'm still here, I'm surviving. I'm just going through a really bad fibromyalgia battle, and I need to get stuff done. So I figured I'd come on so you guys can connect and grow and know that I'm still here. I am doing these for two reasons. These are our towel. This is all scrap yarn, by the way. This is a great project for scrap yarn. I don't think I have enough of it, right? I never thought I'd have yarn like this, ever. But I do. I do. Okay. So, anyway, I have these. Okay, I was using them for something else, but I'm not, so. Give me a minute while because there were names on it that I didn't do what was intended for the project, so, anyway. So I have these. These are in the stores. Hi, Fairbrooks. If I can't see it, I need to turn it in a way that I can see it. My glasses. I can't wait for my new glasses. These are a little blurry. Okay. These are on Amazon, and in the description I will put the thing that I got these are in, and it'll be an affiliate link because Mama's an Amazon associate. These are the rings that they put the scarves on in the stores so that they do not get, they can hang them up like this and be able to hang the scarves that they're doing. Well, we use these for our towel, our our towel caddies. And so I want to do two for some stores. I'm putting soap caddies in stores, in a local store, and I also want to give them two of these. And I'm doing another 6 of them. So you need 2 per each towel caddy. And you could put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. I need 2 per one because there's always 2 in a set. So I need 6 more for the prizes for the upcoming event that we're doing. So, and y'all know what it is, so I'm trying to keep it on the download for a little bit. So anyway, I have to do 6 because I need them for prizes and so forth. So these are kind of the colors that I chose, and you guys can help me because I kind of feel lost with them. I thought I'd do this. This I only have one strand of. It's acrylic. It's this one. I've never heard of the brand, but I won't really use it for anything else because I only have one strand of it. So I thought that I would do 2 of them, one for the event we're having upcoming, and one to put in the shop. I thought that this would go with anything in a kitchen. I don't know what you all think. And then I had this left over from something, from a blanket that I did, and I really liked it. And I thought, well, that would be pretty in a kitchen. I don't know what you all think. Help. I thought, well, if they were to going on a shelf or hanging someplace, I thought that would be really nice together. I've even done them where I've done like the tops being this, and then I thought, and the handles being a totally different color, or the handles being different, or the main part of the towel caddy being different, and then the handles being different. I'm kind of leaning towards possibly doing this as the base on it, and this as the actual one. So I'm doing 2 of those, 2 of them for the upcoming event. I think that's what I'm going to do, because I think it will look really pretty. And then I've got this leftover yarn that I had for an event or for something, and I thought I could do that. And I don't know if this kind of goes, but I thought it did. And I thought, well, that'll look pretty for the event that's coming up, because I need 6 of those because they're going in the gift baskets. So I thought, well, I could do that together for one set, and then I had this left over too. It was a really pretty green. I thought I could do that for one for the event. And then, of course, just a straight navy, because there's a lot of people that have navy in their kitchens. So I could do that. I don't know if I'm going on the right thing. I really don't quite know what to do. And then I thought about doing, I love this linen yarn. I love it. I thought about just doing a linen color, because I thought that would go with anything in a kitchen. But then I had this left over, and I thought this has like greens. I don't know if you can see it has like greens and browns and pinks in it. I thought these all went well together, and I thought I could do this on the handles and this on the main body of it. So that's where I'm thinking of going with everything. And that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6. Wait, no, hold it. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'd have to choose, because I thought about doing a gray one too, but I don't think I'd have enough. Right, hold on a second. This would be 1 or 2, because I would be doing one for the store. I'm thinking this would be 2. This would be 3. This would be 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to kind of do one in this. Of course, there are people that do have grays in their kitchen. But I thought too, I think I have extra of them. I may go ahead and like do an extra couple of them with what I have as far as the yarn, and then not put them in the gift pack prizes, and then like have a couple extra. Like if there's 6, I may have, if I have like 2 or 3 more of these, which I think I do someplace, but I have to go count them. I was thinking of like making 2 or 3 extra, like 3 or 4 extra or something like that, and then just putting them out, and then people, when they win a prize, they could choose what color they want to go with. So if I did, then I would do this one, and then I would find some other yarn, and then people could choose. And all these, I'm going to get towels from Dollar Tree. So all the towels I get, I mean, they would go somewhere along the lines of these colors. So I don't know yet. I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I know a lot of people have gray. I thought about doing that. I don't know. We'll see. I do want to do a couple not totally plain. Like I figured these three would be totally plain, but then these three would be have some kind of design to them. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that where I'll do a couple. If I had a couple, I need like at least 6 more. No, I need how much more rings? I would need 12 more rings. And I don't know if I have 12 more. So if I did, then I would do that. And then I could just lay them out and say, okay, which one do you want to choose? And then they could pick that. And then they could pick their matching, the towel that would go with it or something like that. So that's what I'm kind of thinking about doing. I don't know. I do not know. Another thing that I thought about doing, and this is another thing I thought about doing, was doing one in this, and then if I had one extra set of rings, using this yarn and making one and not offering it in this whole thing. I don't know yet. And then getting some towels to talk about, like grandma and grandpa, and then being able to hand it to the other set of grandparents. I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So I thought if I had a couple extra rings and I had time, that's the other thing. If I had time. And I may just put this aside because I think I would have enough yarn, but I'm not totally positive. It all depends. It all depends. I don't know. This is where my head is. In the brain of Mary. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming place. So what we'll do is, I think I want to start with this one. I really like this. That would be fun. And I'm going to try it with that. We'll see. And then we'll just keep going down the list of projects that got to get done. And this is what I do when I'm dealing with, first of all, there's a difference with fibromyalgia when you are in a fibromyalgia flare-up and you are where you need to be moving to some degree, or you're in a fibromyalgia flare-up and your body is literally telling you, I can't do anything. And that could be a lot of things. It could be, I'm really overwhelmed. Stop moving. You've got to be still for a while. Sometimes that helps me. I think right now, I need a little bit of rest. I think my body is really tired. It's been going through a lot of emotional stuff, and it's been very overwhelmed, and I'm very tired. And everything just seems like, I think these are the same color. I think I'm going to go with this one. I think I like that better with it. See this, and I'm going off on tracks, and I know it. I haven't, see. So I don't know if you can see. It's not the same blue, but it's kind of similar. It's similar. It's not the same, but it says blues and grays, and it looks pretty together with it. So we'll just see. I mean, if I don't like it, I don't like it. We'll figure something else out. When you're going through it, you have to sit there and you have to listen to what your body's saying. There are sometimes, you should move and you should walk, and I've been told by doctors, you should move and that should help, and it does sometimes, and other times you're just at an emotional, you're just at a point where you've just had it. And right now in my life, I just feel very little bit beaten up, and I really don't know what. I feel very just beaten up. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. And I will never, just so people know, we do sell these. You can watch how I'm doing them. If you want to do them, that's fine, but I will not be releasing the pattern on how to do these. And neither will I do for our soap caddies. But I use the 6,000 glue, or no, this is in our link tree, B7000 glue. And I use that through my crochet, and it stays in place where I want it to. So you have to listen to your body, and this is how I survive. I may need a nap later. I may need to just watch television and forget the world for a while. That's what I've been kind of doing the past couple of days, is crocheting and watching TV and, just trying to recoup. And it may sound like, I don't know. I think when you're dealing with a chronic illness, you have to figure out your body, and if nobody understands what you need to do to get through, then you just do. You have to do you, and if nobody understands it, then they need to deal with it. They've got to figure it out. My husband had things came to me today, and he's like, we just need to discuss this, but it can wait till tomorrow or even Friday. He said, no big deal. And I'm like, I can't handle it today. He said, that's fine. That's why I asked. Nothing big deal, but I think you have to have those kind of things. And I've been really working on getting projects done like this, and then I've got to go start other projects. But I am so exhausted, both physically and mentally right now. I am very tired. And I appreciate, there was somebody I have to respond back, and they were just saying, we're just checking in on you. And that meant the world to me. That people cared enough that they wanted to check in and make sure I was okay. It meant a lot. And I'm going to ask everybody to do us a favor. If you have missed content, or if you could just go back and just watch stuff or let it run in the background, I would really appreciate that. I need that right now, just to make sure that we don't lose where we've worked so hard to get to. I'm just going to ask that of you, everybody, right now, just to help. I just need that. So I'm trying to get back in the swing. My body feels like I have been hit by an absolute truck. And hitting my hand did not help. That was not something I intended to. I thought I was gonna go through the flipping roof. Elvis is coming out on Friday, so I'm going to let you all know what I think of it, for sure. I also got, I'm hoping this should be enough. This should be enough to do all for him. We're going to see if I do the yarn chicken. I'm hoping to go see it, because I really want to. And I'd like to take Christina to go see it. One of her favorite things with Elvis is That's the Way It Is comeback, or That's the Way It Is special. She loves that. She loves the concert years, and so do I. My favorites. And so she really wants to go see it. I want to go see it. I'd love to go see it on the IMAX theater, but we don't have an IMAX theater near us. So these don't take terribly long, but there's still something that has to get done. Because I'm looking how I can, make prizes that are useful, but that I don't actually have to go out and spend money to do because I'm spending other money in other areas and money's tight. So I have scrap yarn. I've got these. And I do want to put a couple in when we put the soap caddies in the store. I do want to put a couple of these in the stores and see how they do. Because I'm telling you, we have ones in our kitchen and I love them because bending is painful for me. And so we have them on our stove and then I don't have to bend 3,000 times in a day. Should have made this to pick it up because I can't do it. But you have to start with this first because you have to start with this first before it comes up. And this is our own pattern for it. So this is how I handle it when I'm going through a rough day. This is what I do. And to a lot of people, your family, you know, hi Misha. Many of us. Yeah, and facing that through the days, absolutely. And so this may not make sense to a lot of people. This may be like, well, you should move and then you'll get stuff. And guys, the past 2 weeks, I've been getting up and literally crying every time I move. I think I'm just so tired that I'm like, my energy level is not there. And it should be, but it's just not. And it's very frustrating. But this is what I do when I'm struggling. I don't. And my husband looked at me today and he said, you need to spend a day in bed. He said, if you need some, call. He said, you need to take it easy. He said, you look absolutely exhausted. He said, watch a movie. Even if it's one I've seen 1,000 times, I'll watch a movie. But I thought I have to come live for a little bit because I don't want to get in trouble with, not putting up stuff. And I need to do the video because I did get that fan, which is going to be a stroller fan. But I also want to show what else you guys can be doing with it. And we got it off of Wayfair. So I want to do a review for it because I'm going to get one. Because if Josh and I ever have to go to the hospital unexpectedly, I want to bring one with me. The last time I was in the hospital, the room was extremely stuffy. And I did not like it. So I want to do a review on that. This is what I do. And maybe some people are wondering why I don't have the sunshine coming in. Sometimes if my migraine is just sitting there, I don't want the extra light. And it's sitting there. And it's been sitting there on and off for the past couple of days. So I won't... sometimes opening the blinds or something like that can trigger it. So I will just keep it to... I will allow myself to just be where the sun's coming in, but it's not going to trigger anything because I'm in enough pain. I just want to calm my body down. Now, for those that went to church with us on Sunday, I know I was very quiet, but I was just going through a time. And we got snow on the ground. Well, listen. The snow melted. Then it snowed again. It covered. Then it snowed all day Sunday. Everything was covered. Then the snow melted. Then it snowed again, and everything was covered. Now it has melted yet again, and we're supposed to get more snow. This has been the year of snow coming, snow melting, snow staying kind of year. It doesn't know what it wants to do, quite frankly, because that's exactly what it's done. It has gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I can't tell you how many. I can't tell you how many. How many. Whatever it is. I just keep doing it till I feel like it's going to cover it without it coming apart. I can't tell you how many I stitch on here. The longest part of this thing really is me doing the hook part for it. I just keep going around. If you're doing something similar to this, I just take it and keep tightening it till I get to a point where I feel like I've got enough without it, like, really, where it's really full. But I just keep pushing it back, and I want it to lay flat to some degree. And I'm going to be going, but see, I keep pushing it back and just adding more, and then when I feel like it's enough, then I just keep adding and pushing and adding more, and hoping in between the two of those I have enough. And it's just a single crochet. It's getting there. Because this will be right here. This will be where I actually put that on. You're not going to see this part, but I still make it. I still add, and I look. Make sure I don't need to add any more. So I think that's pretty good. So see, I'll do it and make sure that if I push this, there's not a lot of space. Like if I feel like there is, like I can push it apart a little bit, and you're still going to get that no matter what, but I want it very tight. So I want to make sure it's very tight. Hi, Brenda. I'm just trying to kind of get through and taking it very easy because even hurts to cough. Everything kind of hurts today, so everything's been hurting. This is not. I'm kind of getting through. I'm kind of just thought, well, this is how I get through my day when I'm having a flare up. So, and I'm getting projects done that need to get done. I think that's pretty good. So I just pay really close attention when I'm doing this. There's not a lot of give. Oops. Okay. Let's get back to it one more. Alright, I think that's good. And this little part you're not going to see. And what I'll do Now I'll take this, I'm going to slip stitch into the top. I want to make sure I'm not doing it where it's ruffling yet, but it looks good. And this part's not going to have to be very accurate, but come on. So what I'm going to do is after I go around and kind of put my own little decoration on it that I do, I'm going to glue this here with the glue, so this is not going to move, and it's laying very nicely. I'm liking the way it looks. The reason I like using these is because they're not going, these can get wet, unlike the wood ones that cannot. These can get wet, these can get washed, and they're not going to get damaged. So and then I just do my own little thing. Like I said, this takes more time than actually doing the thing. No, that's not the, well, no, that's not, sorry. That's not what I do. I haven't made these for a while. Thank you very much. I'm trying. Believe me, it's not easy. Thank you for stopping in. I've been meaning to ask how you're doing, Misha. And when I'm doing the pattern, I'm doing on the just, I've done it with no pattern. I didn't like it. If I don't get this totally accurate, it doesn't really show. It just gives it a little bit of a final edge to it. And I can't really move on to, this has to be done first. But if I skip over instead of 1 and I go to 2, you really don't notice. It's very forgiving. So see. I want to go see that Elvis thing. They said there's new footage that's never been seen before. So you can see it's kind of getting that pattern to it. So it doesn't have to be accurate, but just so you all can see when I do mine at least. So this is the way before, this is without, and I just think this gives it a much more finished look. At least I think it does. I've done it both ways, and I like to, and again, if I skip over, when I do this little border, it is a single crochet, and then a slip stitch. I just go around it, and if I skip, I try to get into the other one. If I go 2 instead of 1, like I said, you really don't notice. I just make sure that when I've done that slip stitch and I've gone in the hole, I have to pay attention for it. When I've gone in here and when I've done the slip stitch for this, easier said than done, right? Hold on a second. I'm really paying attention to when I do this. Sometimes when you do that, your slip stitch can be loose. I make sure it's tightened. Like I take a minute and just tug on it a little bit. So I make sure that that's a little bit on the tauter side. And I'm using a 4.5 hook. I use her 4.5 hook a lot. Boy, can I really talk. I can, but I just haven't felt like it lately. You're a fibromyalgia patient. You come back and watch this on the replay. How do you deal with a flare-up? Do you just take it easy and watch a movie and not really do much? I mean, I could go to our local Y and go in the pool, but that right now is even just too overwhelming. The thought about, some of it is when you are going through a flare up, getting dressed, going out, doing all that is just it's so overwhelming that you can't deal with it. The littlest things become just such a project. They become such a chore. I don't know if that makes any sense, but when I get done with this one to make sure that I want to go on this route, so I'm not glued it yet. Like I said, the longest part of this whole thing is sitting here and doing these things. But they get done. But then to not have to be picking up your towels every 5 seconds. I was looking for projects I could do for gifts at the event. And I thought, well, these are one thing I can do. I've got the rings left over. I gotta order more of them. You get like 200 in a thing. And I did want to put some in the stores with the soap caddy, so I thought maybe it'd be something that somebody would like if they bought them. And I've got to do. When I get done, I'm going to put them too on the website, on our fourth wall store, because people could order them and then go get a nice towel and make a nice gift out of it. Like I said, I'm not really paying attention. If I get it into, I feel like watching those. Is it not Flipper? I can't think of the movie. Oh, that dolphin that was in Florida. I don't know why I feel like watching that movie. I also like Secretariat. I love that movie. But put these on our website, then you could buy them and put them with a nice little towel and make a gift out of them. But I thought that project where you take the lace and you put it on canvas, I thought it was such a neat idea. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to do that for Mother's Day. Who knows? Maybe I could sell them. See if anybody wants them. All right. Now, that's the way those look. I know the lighting's not good. I know that. And when I'm ending them, I tend to do a really long tail because I have to sew them all in. And that way I make sure that I'd rather have extra yarn. This is scrap yarn anyway that I'm not going to use. And I always tie it. I'm not gluing it just yet because I wanted to see. Right, before we go any further, I'm going to put that there. Move on to the body of it. Okay, make sure I want to do this color combination. And again, I'm going to do a little bit longer tail than what I would normally do. If you are going to do these, first of all, I would not recommend Karen Simply Soft, and I have that yarn from other projects. Does not work well with these. You do not need a stretchy yarn. You need to use a 4.4, not a 3. Red Heart works. I do not like Red Heart, but Red Heart works wonderfully because it's a little bit of more, not a hardier yarn, that's not what I'm looking for. It's a little bit rougher. So when you're paying attention, this is Karen, I think Karen Simply, it's not Simply Soft, but it's Karen like 1 pound. When you're making these or making something like these, pay attention to your width and pay attention to use acrylic. Um, do not use Simple Soft. You can use cotton too if you wanted to, but I would refrain from using 3. I would refrain from using um, I would just refrain from using anything that's. I would not use Simple Soft. I would not use a weight 3. I would use an acrylic 4. Like this one's really good for this because it's got a little bit of weight. My recommendation, anyway. What I have learned from doing these. So my day today, I know I'm going to, I did a little bit of the video for, because it has to be at least a 3-minute video for the winner. So I've started putting a little bit of it together, and I'll put it out on Friday. I haven't chosen the winner yet for Dog the Bounty Hunter, but I'm working on it, guys. Believe me. But this is probably going to be my day today. I'm just going to spend the day. I'm going to probably watch some some movies on the TV, and I'm going to take it really easy and hunker down because I really feel like my body's trying to tell me, it's like I run a marathon and I need to take it easy. So that's what I'm going to do today. So anyway, not much exciting, but it's what it is. It's just a single crochet. I don't really have to think about it much doing this until I get up there. My nose. I'm trying to see if it's going to work. I think it is, but I want to see it with it. And every once in a while, I will count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, because I want to see what this is going to look like and see if I like it, I need to do these others, but you can't, you'll see why in a second. You can't go, I mean, I could go on and do this one, but you can't go, the back you have to sew on, and sewing is not my forte when it comes to crochet. But the front ones, in order to continue making them, you actually have to do them. Let's see where I am. One, 2, 3, 4. And I thought about doing this and making the bottom the same as the top, which I could have done. I absolutely could have done it. I just thought this would look good, but I want to see what it looks like. I think I kind of like it. What do y'all think? And if you're not watching, you're watching the replay, you can let me know what you think. I kind of like it. I don't know what you think. What do y'all think? I think it looks nice. I like it. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I like it. I think it looks nice. And even you could have done this with this color too, because it's got the brown in. I just like the blue. I may, if I have enough left over, when we're doing it for the shop, I actually may do it like this. I may do the bottom in this color and then put this on the top. That's maybe what I do. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. For the event, I'm using this color, but I may do that. I may do that and do 2 color ones. We will see. We'll see how well they go. I'm really tired. I cannot get out of my own way right now. I do not like fibromyalgia at all. I'm really pissed off with it lately. And I think too, I'm going through the change, and I think too, now see, I'm putting a little bit of glue, and I always do this right there, and that is not going to move. And this glue, I put it in the shower with our soap caddies, and it once it has 24 hours, it's not going to move. It will not move. So then this way, this is going to not come out. I think too that I was told when I go through the change, which I'm starting, I guess, that I was going to really have a really difficult time because of the fibromyalgia. So woohoo on me. I think it's part of what's going on too. No fun. No fun. Now, I was told by my doctors, when it's time, you're really going to be in, you're going to hurt a lot. I'm like, oh, gravy. Put me on the list. Like, I really want to hurt more. And I got this pattern kind of from somebody, but I've kind of done my own little thing. But like I said, we sell these, or we're trying to. We offer these, so it's not something that I really want to start releasing the pattern on. I want to be able to so that's why I don't, and I don't do it for the soap caddies either. Love y'all, but I tried recently I was looking for something for Christina for Valentine's Day. I actually did like, was it it was a suggestion by somebody when I was out in public and they saw me making soap caddies. Oh, what are they called? The thing for the sanitizer. I kind of, they're cute how they came out, but we'll see. I said to Christina, you're testing out the original. So she's gonna let me know how they work, and if I need to revise it from there, I will revise it. See, I know exactly how many I need. So I'm just kind of That's why you've got to do that part when you're doing one of the rings first before you move on, because you gotta put you could sew it on, but see, somehow I've gotten off and I know it, so I don't do this well, guys. I really don't. There are some parts of crochet I do really well, and this is not sometimes. I've gotten to be able to do it, but it's not my forte. It is not my strongest suit, I can tell you that right now. I know that's one. You got to make sure you're lining them up, because if not, right now we're lined up. It's kind of important that it lines up when you're doing it. And you're not adding stitches, which I tend to do with my crochet for some reason. I don't know why. Alright. So that's my row 10. And I have to pay attention to like I said, this part goes pretty quick. It's the other part that takes longer. And I always have to, for some reason, kind of go back, catch this on the back part, because I don't catch it all on the front part. And you don't notice it. And I did these for a while, using, and you can use them. They're like, what is it? It's rubber bands. And the rubber bands got stretched out and looked really bad after a while, which is why I kind of like the idea of having these rings, because then they're not going to stretch out over time. But we did the rubber band things, and they did. I didn't know if I was going to catch a lot of people. I figured out let me do it now, because I know that I'm kind of, when you do them, don't forget to leave for a buttonhole. Oops. I have to see where I am now. That's 13, 14, 15. So you pay back attention. least I do when I do this. You know me, I can't go through a pattern without doing a Bible stitch. Finally starting to warm up. My Lord. We were at Josh's doctor with the thing that's on his chest that they'll have to operate out. And they'll be able to do it in office. And he really had to get some more stuff out of there. I think it was last week. And Josh got up and he said, "I'm cold." And the doctor said, "Well, that's your pain response." Did I add more? Hold on a second. Wait, hold it. I had that stitch someplace. Ay, 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 ay. And so he was at the doctor, and the doctor's like, "Oh, that's your pain receptives doing that." I'm like, "Oh, same problem I do. I get chilled whenever I'm hurting like heck." I forgot to skip a stitch to make room for the thing. And I'll leave a space for the button to go through, but I often will tighten the button down a little bit so it's like really snug. But we've had our button on our thing and it hasn't caused an issue. Actually, we're sitting here in the air horn. You know, they do like the emergency testing. The siren went off. I'm like, I really don't want spring here, guys. I really don't want it. I know to a lot of people, it's like, I should want spring. I don't want spring. Sorry. It comes with storms, and I don't really want to. Everything's blurry. I can't wait to get my new glasses. Everything's blurry. It's the way I'm looking at it. I don't want to move the laptop because I don't want to jar everybody. So I probably won't be on here too much longer, but I figured out at least you would realize I'm okay. And I'm going to be okay. I'm just going through a difficult time right now. And you can see by having the thicker, or not, just having a good weighted 4x4 yarn, how this is just so much sturdier. I tried to do that Simply Soft stuff, and it just totally stretched out everything, even though not this, but this part stretched out really bad. It's not a good yarn for this at all. Stay with Red Heart, stay with a good solid 4-weight yarn. If I was doing it, you could do this in a really good you could do it in a good, I can't think what it is, cotton yarn, to some degree. And I'm going to say that. To some degree you could, but here's the problem with cotton yarn. Hold on a second. Just making sure I like that. I do like that. I think it's going to come out really pretty. These are going, like I said, these are going in the gift baskets, gift bags for the thing, for the event. And it's look really pretty on somebody's stove. This is like a country stove that's going to look really pretty. I really like that. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I do like it. I think it looks really pretty. It's going to look really pretty. And I think sometimes having it, it's fine to do it, and I've done it where I've made it all the same, but I think when you're doing this upper part as a busier pattern, I think it helps to have a solid ring. Because then, too, when you put the towel in it, if you put something, then you have a busier pattern, but you have this solid down here, and it really breaks it up. So then when you have a towel that you hang from there, then even though this is busy up here, you could put a busier towel up here, but it's not like on top of busy on busy. You know what I mean? But that's really pretty. I like that. Um, but here's, for instance, here's a soap caddy. You could use a cotton yarn. I would probably not use Hobby Lobby. I would use Walmart brand. This is what's going to happen with cotton. And down here, this bottom part is a single crochet. So it is a little stretchier, I think, anyway. The acrylic yarn is not. And it still washes up. You can still wash it. When we've told people what to do, we've said just take these and hand wash them and lay them flat. And they will be just fine. So I kind of thinking I'm starting to like. I may do that. I'm thinking I'm kind of starting liking that. I've always done them like solid, which is fine, but I'm kind of like I could do. Well, yeah, I could do this and this, I think. Possibly. I don't know. I could do this and this, too. I've got a lot of extra of this. This green is kind of similar to this green. It's not accurate, but it's very similar. So I could do those two together. That would be pretty. I don't know. I kind of am liking this. I don't know. I'm kind of liking it. I don't know if I'm going to go with it, but I may do one. If I've got enough left over, I'm going to do one in the brown like this. Because I'm really kind of liking it. I don't know about y'all, but I think it's really pretty. I should have enough left over of that. But if you had a country kitchen, it would be nice. I mean, life can't be boring, can it? You have to have a little flair. I took medication before I came live, and I'm still hurting. Oh. I am so tired of hurting. And if I lay here and think of it enough, I will go stir crazy. But if I'm here focusing on this and talking to you all or watching TV, then my mind's off of it. I thought we may not have a lot of people on right now, and that's okay. We'll see it hopefully on the replay and know what's been happening. Go back here. Don't like the way the Baba looks. And I'm going to tell everybody this too. If I was doing this, I would choose this yarn that I'm using really should be used with a 5.5 hook. Depending how tight your stitch, I would probably say whether you do tight or not, I would probably tell you to go down a couple of sizes. I would do, if you, depending how tight, if you do a 5.5, I maybe go down to a 5. I tend to crochet loosely, so I'm going down a whole hook size. So when you're doing these, don't you want a tighter knit so that when it's hanging up, it's going to be holding a lot. But you do not want it to do a lot of stretching. I mean, it's going to stretch, but you don't want a lot of stretch to it. You want it somewhat tight. Another thing I found out through doing so many bobbles, I don't know how many bobbles I've done, but if you find one that kind of gets stuck out a little bit or you need to reshape it, you know those the kid things, they have those little popper things. You know, they pop out. Just pop it out and then pop it back in. And you often, if you've kind of gone down the thing, you've messed up one or your hook got caught in one, you can get it kind of reshaping it and then pop it back up, and it'll reshape itself into a really nice bobble. If you kind of run into that same problem, I've run into it, and that's how I fixed it. But I need to get these done. I've got about 25 of these soap caddies, and I need to do now 27. I probably need to do another 30. And I get about, out of this is the yarn I use for the soap caddies. I only have a Hobby Lobby near me. And this is the best cotton yarn I have found for the soap caddies. I've gotten about 9 or 10 of these out of the one, so I have to do at least, I've done 27, so if I do 10 more, I'll have probably 37. I think I have enough in there because I bought some a couple months ago. I probably need at least 2 more rounds. I need 3 more. I think I have 3 more in there. It's so windy outside, guys. I have 10, 37, 47, 57. I probably want to make at least 67 to 70. So I need to make a lot more. And if I have extra of that color at the end, it's not a problem. I can put it in with our stash of stuff. They're really, it's a beautiful color combination anyway. So, whatever I don't use, I'm just going to go in there for our stash. But I will be going to pick up more, or the lace at one point. We'll be out on Friday again, so I'll pick up the lace and the canvases. The lace is on sale. The gentleman that I found it through said he uses oil paint. I don't have oil paint, but I will get, hold on a second. I will get, he said he has used acrylic, but we'll try it with acrylic first, and then, or I'll see if the oil paint is really expensive. I'm not going to buy it, but if it's not terribly expensive, I'll look at the prices of it. He says he prefers using oil paint with this. I just thought it was a cool technique. I don't know if that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I say 1, 4. Okay. It just looked weird for a minute. Do I skip a row in between? Come on. Behave, yarn. It's not the yarn that's not behaving, it's me. Trying to see something for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Oh, that is right then. Just doesn't look because of the way the yarn sits. You know, for one, I'm very thankful our beds are a split king. And I took the base off of a stand I have and I put it down the crack of the split king. That'll work. That'll work. And it did. Made for a stand. Actually worked better than what I had before. But if you guys please could just go back and watch some stuff or let it run, I'd really appreciate it, because I know that we don't have a lot of people in here right now, but it's also because I haven't been on, and I know Facebook isn't, or the tubes are not pushing us out again, which is fine. I got to get back in the swing of things and get up some stuff and everything. It's just, I've been having a moment, and we're allowed to have moments, especially as fibromyalgia individuals. We're allowed to do it. We have to, because there's sometimes that I was listening to a lady, I don't think she deals with fibromyalgia, but she said, you know what, I needed a reset day. I didn't turn on any social media. I just watched movies. I sat on the couch. I relaxed. I didn't really look at anything. I just reset. I'm like, yep, we need that every time, every once in a while. As a fibromyalgia patient, sometimes you need that more than what people think you do. Really have to pay attention to that one. It's a thicker yarn. It's not easy to use with a 4.5 hook. See how it's coming? I really like that. That would look great in somebody's kitchen. I'm going to do it because I don't think I'll have enough blue, but I'm going to do it in the tan. And I'll do one in the purple for, you have to go down and beyond measure, which means I can order the Amish haystack again. Let's see, when you're doing something like this and you're hurting, you're not paying attention to the pain. Because there's sometimes that nothing works other than being still and taking it easy. See what we're doing? I think it looks really pretty. It'll look really nice and looks really nice. Wasn't too sure that blue was going to go well, but I think it does. Onward and upward. I think when I get done with this, I will... How long have we been on? Problem is my camera's funky, so it's hard to see. But I'll finish this one so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I said this goes quick. It's having to do 4 rings and cover them, and that takes the longest part. Come on. I really don't have any blankets to do, which is really weird. I'm always looking to make more blankets, though. I really don't have any blankets. I need to do one for the lady that walks Mocha. But I really don't have any blankets to do, which is weird. I feel out of place. I got the 2 that needed to get done. Now you can see, just show you this. Y'all see if this will work. All right, you can see that this right here, this little bobble part got a little funky. I don't know if you can see it, like right there. It's not sitting like it should. This has popped out just a little bit, and I don't like it, okay? So if you take your bobble and just pop it in and take your finger and kind of go like that. Sometimes it'll work, and sometimes you have to do it a couple times. See now how much better that looks? So sometimes you have to redo it, but sometimes just taking it and like one of those poppers that kids have and just stretching it out just a little bit, popping it back in. Sometimes it does it. And it just could be the way the yarn lies. Sometimes it works. If I was all the way up, I would just let it go. I would finagle it a little bit, but because I can go back. But sometimes I've gone down and realized that a bobble kind of got out of whack, and I don't want to undo 10 rows, and I just work it till it works itself through, and usually that does a really good job. But I'm going to go ahead and redo it because I'm close enough to the thing. I like how much better that sits. So, but if I was finished, I wouldn't pull it out to go back. I would just finagle it and eventually get it to work, because you can pull from the back and you'll get the bobble to kind of sit where you want it to sit eventually. I knew I needed to start these because I'm like, I have at least 8 or 10 of them to do. 6 I need for the event. I may do 8 depending on how many I have, so people could choose the color they want. And if I don't, they're going to get whatever color they get. I could always tell people you could swap them if you want to. I may do that too. Just put them in, and then when people get their gifts, then I can say, okay, everybody take out this, put it on the top, and hold up yours and say, keep yours or swap yours with somebody. That would work too. You just say, okay, swap or keep. But this is a great idea. These, like I said, I will put them in the description. It will be an Amazon affiliate link. These things are great to use for this. I know people have used, hold it. I have to figure out where I am. Hold on a second. Wait, I'm lost for a second. Hold on a minute. People have used those. I can't think what they are now. They've used those. That's why. Okay, never mind. They've used those tie things that people put their hair up with. Those are great, but they really stretch out over time. We've had the rings in the kitchen, and they have held up beautifully, and then you're not picking up your towel every 5 seconds, and are wonderful. What I'd like to do eventually is actually make it, if I could figure out how to sew in or put a magnet. I put a magnet on one side and magnet on the other. And that way, when we did it, then it would just magnet close itself. I don't know how to sew that in yet. That's what I'd like to figure out how to do, is do a magnet on one side and a magnet on the other, and then that way all I'd have to do is it would just close automatically. They wouldn't have to do it, but I think it may tend to pop out. I really do kind of like the button. I think it looks nice. I have to get some more buttons, but I think the button just makes it look finished. Nice babies. Try not to get out of the camera. Sorry, guys. Come back here. Now it's just really easy. This is pretty countless. And it goes by pretty quickly. So after I get off here, I'm going to make Mama made tea. I'm going to have tea. I'm going to go put on a movie, and I'm just going to start getting busy with it because I really want to get this stuff done. I've got other stuff that needs to get done. I'd like to get this done before. And I really want for like the spring to get these really working. I've got to finish them up and get them tied. Get all the ends, but I really want to get the soap caddies into the places that said they would take them. So I've been really kind of hunkering down, and I need to just come on live and let you guys connect and get stuff done that needs to get done. I'm having a bad fibromyalgia day, and then we'll just do this. I don't know what else to do. Make it work, right? I wanted to show you the end result. Hold on a second. Before I leave for the evening, and I'll try to come on tomorrow. So we're at 5, 6. This is my survival guide. This is what I do. This is how I get through a day or a week or 2 weeks. I've been doing this every day. I still get up and move around. I try, but I hurt. I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to get through today. And I have to pull back a little bit because I've said to myself, even my daughter said to me, Mom, you've got to just step back for a minute. And I think, recently my daughter has kind of realized, wait a minute, my mom's hopefully a great person, but I gotta count a minute, guys. 10. My mom's dealing with some pretty significant pain, and she even said to me, Mom, you got to pull back a little bit and take it easy and get your body back to where it was. And it's been a long winter, even though I'm really not, like I said, I am not looking forward to spring. I am looking forward to summer. I'm not looking forward to the storms, but there's a reason why I'm looking forward to summer. But I'm just kind of, it's like I'd have loved to go sit outside today. It was like in the 40s, but the wind was unbelievable. It was like even the lady comes walk Mocha. We're like, I don't know if she'll go with you because the wind. She's not one for rain and wind. 8, 9, 10. Do it this way, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 14, one more. You win for the road. Alright, and I'll show you. I don't have the other thing done. So, can't really show you that, but I can show you. I'm not going to sit and do the other one on camera right now, but y'all can see. Before I cut this off, because then I can't undo it, and I'll still probably do it off camera, make sure I did it right. So what I do when I do these, okay, is I will make sure that I take this and I fold it on the 4th bobble so that it's like that, okay? Then I'll just, this is already done, right, with the blue, so then I will sew this on like that. And I'll count it. I don't have the greatest lighting on here, and I don't really want to turn on the light right now. So then, this is going to go like this. This is how ours does. This is our pattern for our handles. And then I will put the buttonhole is right here. Okay, so I will put the button on the back once this is done and sewn on. Okay, then I will put the button on the back of this one, and I will line it up to make sure I've got it in the right spot. I need to go get some more buttons. And then that way, this is on the front. Now what I will do is I have taken, even though I sometimes have had to, I will kind of tighten up that buttonhole so that the button is really secure on there and it's not going to come undone. And so then you've got your button right sitting right there. No, right there, excuse me, right there is where the button goes. But it makes it real easy with the bobbles, because then I've tried doing 2 bobbles down and I really don't like it. I like this. This is the pattern we have for our towel caddies. And then I think it looks great. So these are going to be, when I do this batch, I'm going to put some in the merch store. I've got to order more of these rings. I'm going to do that this month. And really, honestly, with these, I can do custom orders of these. I don't mind. We can do custom orders. But there are going to be some that are going to be pre-made that you guys can pick up, because I've got extra yarn, and this is a great way, first of all, to use up your extra yarn. And we've talked about having gift shelves on hand so that you can do a gift shelf and be able to have a gift shelf so that, hold on a second, I can do this so you guys can see a little bit better. No, that's not what sorry. Oh no. Hold on. I don't want that. I know what I'm looking for. There we go. So you can see it better. I take a drink of water. Put the light on. It helps, right? So we talked about having a gift shelf. These are great to be able to make so that you could have some this and go to the Dollar Tree, get a towel, put it in a little pack, and have it on the gift shelf in your thing. I mean, I have all this yarn. This is not going to really do much of anything left over. I can't really use this for much of anything. All right, this is a one and done. I don't have any more of this, you know. I could make something out of this and this, but not much. I mean, you know, So this is a great way to use up your extra yarn and be able to have it so that you have like a little gift. And you just get some towels and then you can hand to somebody this. And excuse me, we love ours because then we're not bending down 5,000 times a day. Excuse me, which this body could not handle doing. So anyway, I didn't think I was going to like this. I thought for sure I was going to be, because I've always done this, well, I've always done it either all of it the same. If I've done a pattern yarn, I've done it the same color, at like the rings and everything this color, but I'm kind of liking this whole making the rings solid and then making this a really pretty color. I mean, don't get me wrong, the plain ones are really pretty, but this is, I'm really liking it. I think it, I don't know, just something about it. So I think I'm going to do the rest of these with a little bit of touch of pattern on the top and a solid bottom. I think that's what I'm going to start doing. I will do solids. I'm not saying I'll never do a solid, but I think that's the way I may roll because I really like it. And it adds a little flair instead of just kind of, you want some solids, because, sometimes you put the towels and the towels are the part of it that hang there, but I really like this. So I think I think it stands out really nicely. I think it looks pretty. I think this would look great in a country kitchen. So I'm going to finish these rings, which are my vein of my assistants. We've been on here for a while, and I need your help, guys. I really would need your help right now to just watch some content, please. And if you haven't subscribed and you haven't connected with us, please do. This is not me, and I know it. I know this isn't me. And for those people that have loved this girl and been there for me and accepted who I am, I love you more than you know. I'm trying to find me. And I don't know if you've ever been in a position where you really got to a certain point in your life where you really don't know yourself. You don't know who you are. You don't know anything except you feel as if you just screw up everything you try to do and you're no good at anything and you're nobody, and I know that those are all lies. I know they are. But I'm entering a very different stage of my life. And becoming a grandma is such a blessing, but it's a little bit overwhelming at the same time. It's wonderful, but it's overwhelming. And I freehand, we're working on these. These are our towel. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you like people to connect with you. We're making these. We have several local places in our area that allows you to put stuff in. I'm putting some soap caddies, which I'm doing these for an event. But I'm also making additional soap caddies and other colors to put in stores. But then the event that's coming up, which is my daughter's shower, is I need like prizes for the games and stuff like that. So I'm making these, which these are our towel. These are our ones, and we're going to start putting these in the merch store. These make a great gift because, and I won't release the pattern because this is our little thing. We'll sell them, but we're not going to release them. I use these. I will put these in the description. These are off of Amazon, and they are the actual things that the places use to put the scarves up to hang. But I need to do 6 for the event coming up, and I need to do a couple to put into stores with the soap caddies. And I think this is adorable. I think it'd be great in like a country kitchen. I just have to finish the rest of this, and I have to get more buttons. But I think that I wasn't quite sure if I was going to like having the solid on the bottom and the pattern on the top, but I really kind of like it. I think it looks really good. I really, really like it. I've got this one. I'm going to do with this. I'm painting these 2 colors. I've got a lot of them to sit and do, and I'm dealing with fibromyalgia, and that's not fun. I've got these 2 colors. I've got this one that it's one and done. I'm not going to use it for anything else. So I think I'm going to pair it with this leftover because I'll still have some more of this. I think this and this would go together. I'm kind of really liking, I wasn't sure. I've done them in solids, but I'm really liking this solid ring on the bottom. I don't know what everybody else thinks. And pattern on the top. I'm really liking it. I've got a navy blue, but I don't know if I have anything that goes with it. I could do... Ouch. I could do this. I'd have to see. I don't know if I totally like that. I don't know. I don't think I have anything that goes with this. I may have it out in the garage. I gotta look. I've got this, which is like an ivory color. I'm trying to use up some of my scrap yarn because I've got it just everywhere. Where is it? Oh, this. I also can put, if I wanted to, put this and this together. Because this has just a little bit of green in it. So, anyway, I have to find something that goes with the blue if I'm going to do that. But, if not, I'll do a solid blue one. But anyway, I'm just trying to find me. I don't know. I feel very lost, and I just feel like I'm just trying to navigate the best I can. I'm trying to get through whatever the past 2 weeks of fibromyalgia flare-up has happened. I did call a friend yesterday, and I spent about an hour, and God bless that friend, I will tell you, because they just listened to me. I was able to just let everything go, and it's a friend that I can tell the world to, and they keep things private, and I was just able to just let it go, and that I think was a huge release. And I'm not saying that Mr. Blessed Crochet isn't listening to me. Of course he is. He's my best friend. But sometimes you need a girlfriend to talk to. Josh wants to fix everything. And I don't know how to fix me right now. I don't know how to fix this right now. I don't know how to navigate me. I don't know who me is. I think that's probably the thing of it. I don't know who I am to some degree, and that sounds so silly, but I know I'm talented. I know I'm strong. I know I'm beautifully and wonderfully and fearfully made in the Lord. I know that. I am independent. I am strong-willed. I am creative. I know all those things. Another thing that Another thing that really, I thought about it the past couple of days a lot. And the one family member back in 23 that did what they did really made it very hard for me, because I am so gun shy now of saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing, and I'm going to lose people. You know, they chose because of whatever I innocently said that wasn't really, it wasn't really I it wasn't a big enough deal to walk away and not talk to any of us. But that really, I think it really affected me a lot more than I thought, really more than I thought it did. And I was hoping, it's been, goodness gracious, this year will be 3 years. 23 or 24? No, 24. This year will be, no. This year will be coming up on 24? When was Patty diagnosed? 23. No, it was 23. This year will be 3 years. And there's things happening in my life that I would really like to share with this family member, and I can't because they won't call and talk to us and work it out. And at the same time, I've shared one update a little bit with that individual and let them know, hey, you know, this is what's happening. They're not getting any more updates because I really feel like is like you really gonna treat me this way? So it has really made me so like, whenever I something comes out wrong that I didn't intend, because I have dyslexia. So this is how I process things, guys. I just talk and talk and talk and talk till I can get it all worked out of my head. It's the only way I know how to do it. But it's kind of like, well, if I just, you know, was it really that necessary? And I've really kind of settled the fact that I've lost that relationship and it's never going to come back. And I did get the person reaching out and telling me that they love me, which was good because they really said some very hurtful things. And I didn't respond in hurt, I responded in love. I still can't understand this. I just can't begin to think it. And I think of my dad and think, oh, he'd be so furious. He'd be so upset. So I really realized the past little bit that that relationship really made me very, like, the minute I make somebody, you know, something comes out wrong way or it's not the way I intended or somebody gets upset with me, I go into a little bit of a panic because I'm like, then they're going to do exactly what that other person did. And I can't live my life that way, like that for the rest of my life. I know that there's people in my immediate family, they're not going out anywhere or any place. And we're the type of family where we get, you know, things happen, we say something, we fuss at each other, especially having a child on the spectrum. And then we get through it, we forgive each other, and we move on. And we get through it, and it may be messy for a minute. So I'm trying to figure out who I am and trying to figure out this next stage in my life and trying to figure out how I go through the change, dealing as a fibromyalgia patient. And I'm probably going to have to talk to my pain management doctor a little bit more about what I have in front of me and do some more research, because I'm realizing a lot of what you're going through right now is that's what's going on, and you have fibromyalgia, and it's going to be heck on high water going through it. It's not going to be fun. And we maybe need to talk about it. I'm not putting my entire, and I thought about that too. I'm not putting my entire life on YouTube, but there's got to be people other than me that are going through this. They're just trying to find themselves, or they're dealing with fibromyalgia, or they're dealing with menopause, and they're dealing with life changes, and they're dealing with becoming a grandmother, and they're dealing with, having a disability, or watching their husband have a disability, and watching their mother get older, and watching their daughter have a child. All these things are happening, and it can't just be me walking through it. It's not the only one. And, you know, I'm so grateful. I know my husband probably doesn't think I'm grateful for him, but I am so grateful because he said to me today, he started talking to me about stuff and he's like, we just need to talk about this. And he said, but it's not important. It can wait a couple of days. Can you handle it today? And I'm like, and he just looked at me and said, no, you can't handle it today. You need to go to bed, and can I buy you a movie on Amazon? Can I do something for you? What can I do for you? Because you are done. I can just see it. He can see it in my face. He can see it in my eyes. He can hear in my voice that I'm just so overwhelmed. So we're going to do that project in March. The diaper Jeep is probably going to be something that I will record. It will not be live, just so you all know. Partly because I want to make sure that it's something that is a nice little surprise. But I will record doing it, and then I will put it up later. I promise you, by Friday, do the Dog the Bounty Hunter giveaway and let people draw for that. We're going to wait a little bit before I do the Eli Yoder. I've got to talk about the stroller fan I got. Because it's not just for strollers. It's a great idea to have on hand just for yourself, just if you have a walker, if you have a scooter, if you have to go in the hospital and you need a little fan. It is great for all that. It's a great little fan. So I want to talk about that. And once I get through some of this crochet stuff, because I very much want to make sure that like I said, the soap caddies are in the stores that have said they'll go in to see how they do, especially when spring happens. But I need to get them done. I need to get them, just so y'all see, just for a second. I know I'm talking just to talk, but when I do the soap caddies, okay, I have to take this and I use the glue and I have to get them weaved in the back here. Then I have to take and weave this in too. So, and I learned that when I did Eli's ones, because there were so many changes with the yarn. I can't sit here with this in this little corner, that opening the window or letting normal ventilation in, because it really bothered my asthma for a couple days. So I try to do a little bit of them and then move on. And especially the ones for the store, I need the glue to sit there for at least 24 hours. Make sure the glue is really bonded with the yarn and it's not going to have an issue. So I got to do that. When we go to the Beyond Measure market, I will take you along with us. I've got to go to another place. There's a place by our house. I'll see if they take it. Actually, there's 2 places by our house. I want to see if they'll take some. So I'm really going to spend, what's today? I don't even know, the 25th? We have March 1st is right around the corner. So I'm really going to probably spend the next week really focusing on getting this stuff done. These done, the soap caddies done. I may not get all of these done, but these have got to be done in about 6 weeks. They've got to be done. And I like I said, I've got 27 and I need to do probably about 43 more. And if I have extra of these, it's okay because I can put them with our stuff. Not a big deal. So, and these only take about a half an hour to do. These take a little bit longer, as you can see, because I still got to finish the rings. But I've been talking as we've been doing them. So we're going to be doing a lot next week of this kind of stuff. I'm going to try to get my body back to not hurting like I don't know. I mean, when I get up every time, I'm in tears. And even at middle of the night, I've been rolling over on one side or the other, just crying. So I know where my body needs to sit. So let my body calm down. Let my emotions calm down. I'll figure this out. We're not going anywhere, guys. And I think what I'm going to do is just set the camera up like this for the next little bit. And if it's nice, we'll go outside. If it's not, like it's been today, windy, I'm just going to set it up and we're just going to go live. And I'm just going to start really just turning it on. I really kind of tried to figure where I want this channel to kind of grow. Mom and I have talked about it. Not that I don't want to put up recipes, not that I don't want to have discussions, not that I don't want to have people on, and I want to start doing more of doing like one-on-one with people too as we come in and talk. And there's a content creator I have to reach out to, see if she'll have me on. And the Autism Dad, he's on Facebook. He also has a YouTube channel. He's going to have me on in April, or as he starts his new season, which is going to be awesome. And, but we're just going to do a lot of this. As inspiration comes up to do more and do things, yes, we are. But really, I still want this channel at the core to always be when I'm going to flip it on and you guys can come in and connect. And one thing that I really want you to understand is that we have live replay. So it takes 24 hours for the replay chat to come up. But that means that when people are watching this on the replay, they're going to go through and they can look at the chat and be able to see your channel and say, hey, I want to check them out. So if you're not here doing that, hi, Allison. It's nice to see you. I know I'm kind of in the dark, but we just watched the sun go. We've been making these. I'm making these for stores that said it would take some of our stuff. And I have an event coming up I need to make some prizes for. So these are going to be one of the prizes. They're our towel caddies. And these will be going into the merch store. So you guys can buy these too as well. And like I said, we could do custom orders, but there's going to be some that are just going to be, whatever they are is whatever they are. But you could buy these, and I think we sell them, I think they're like $15 a piece is what we sell them for, and you get 2 of them. You buy them, and then you go get a nice towel, and you make a whole set. You made a nice little gift, and it's handmade, and it's really nice. I have to go get the buttons, though. I don't have enough buttons. I gotta go get buttons at the Hobby Lobby on Friday. And I'm gonna get lace. What we're gonna do, so y'all know, is next month I'm gonna get lace. We're gonna get canvas. And this guy takes I'm gonna get 2 canvases. They won't be Dollar Tree canvases. I'm gonna get little nicer canvases. And he takes lace, and I never thought about doing this. And he puts it on with Mod Podge, and then he takes acrylic paint or oil paint and paints on it, which I thought was so pretty. We're going to do that. I'd like to try my hand a little bit on mosaic, and I would also like to try making these, and I've got some of the pots left over, but using beads. And you've seen people take beads and make like really pretty beaded plants with them. So I want to try those things. But I really found the lace kind of very fascinating. I'm not someone that can draw a broadside of a barn, as my dad used to say, but this is kind of already done, and then you get to kind of have it kind of look 3-dimensional, and I really want you guys to see maybe something that eventually could be sold or something like that. But I want to try it. He said oil paints are better. It depends how much the oil paints are, whether I could get oil paints at, Hobby Lobby with like a pack of them for a certain price or whatever. But I got to go pick up the lace, and I got to go pick up the canvases. I could use Dollar Tree canvases, but I want to use like a little bit better quality canvases. So we're going to be doing those projects. We're going to be doing this, I think. I know I've said it, but I really haven't been up, both physically, emotionally, and mentally, to even come up to doing anything. Um, like I said, for those that don't know, I hit my hand. Probably can't see it. You may be able to see it actually. I kind of hit my hand right here, and there's still a knot on the faucet at our church on Sunday, and so it it's been very painful. And so between that and just dealing with a flare up of fibromyalgia over the past little bit, I'm trying to pull back the horns so that I can rest my little body. Because if I don't, what I have to do, here's the thing. I have things coming up, and I have to build into those, this is what has to get done days with stuff, because I've got the boxes that have to be done for the decorations and all that kind of stuff. Those have to be done. And there's something I can turn the music on and do a box here and a box there and stuff. And I've got to do cutout stuff, and I got to do this. But I have to build into my, well, you have this amount of times to do it. Like, I'm just saying perhaps 2 months. But then I have to realize you really don't have 2 months, because you have to build in like 2 weeks or even 3 weeks out of that, where you're going to have days, Mary, where you're not going to be able to do something, where you're going to have a migraine that comes out of nowhere, where you're going to have difficulty doing this or difficulty doing that. And I have to put those into my days. So I have to realize, well, yeah, I've got a lot of time, but I really don't. And I don't want this kind of stuff to be where I'm trying to do all this and then finish this kind of stuff up. This is stuff that needs to get done now and move on. So I think what we're going to do, except for Sunday and Monday, for the next little bit, is we're just going to come on live. I'd love to go outside, but if it's too windy or if I'm not up to it, we'll just do it from here. And we'll come on, and you guys can come in and connect and grow. And I will get back to Blessings Through Connection. I need to get back to Blessings Through Connection. I put a lot of work into that, and I will start getting back to that. But I feel like that's right now too overwhelming for me to hit. And I'm going to start putting up I think I got J and K on the Advent series. I know it's like way out of date, but it'll be fine. Those series will get done. I will get those edited so those can go up, and I will start recording the others. But again, it just has felt like I'm just overwhelmed, and it's just been too much for me to handle. I don't know if that makes any sense. And I felt like I really kind of wanted to run away from home, which from what I can understand is something that's not too out of the beaten path, because my mom said she went through that. So that's one thing too. And one thing that I thought I would do is I really would like to sit down with my mom and have her tell her story a little bit. Because there are people on this channel that may not realize what my mother went through and the struggles that she went through, and having to deal with a father who was an alcoholic and a father that unalived himself and so forth. And that may be really helpful for people to hear. Plus, it's part of our story. Is it a fun part of our story and our family story? No, but it's a part of our story. So guys, it's getting dark. I know my mom made some tea, and she's been helping me. She's been doing some laundry and just helping me. I have not been up to doing anything. So I'm going to figure this whole mess out. I'm finally warmed up. It took me the entire time as we've been on here to actually warm up, because I was in just so much pain. But we'll come back. I will try to come back tomorrow, and we're going to do this again. And I'm just going to come on and just hit that live button, and let's just go. And you'll work through this process with me. You'll help me get done. You'll help me get focused. But guys, please come in here and connect and grow, because it really helps to push us out. And if you're someone that's in our community, if you could just go back and just let things run with content, I would really appreciate it, because we need that. We need to get back going things and getting things done. So anyway, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna head off here. I love you all more than you know. I know that maybe sounds weird, but it's the truth. You guys are an amazing community, and I'm very grateful. I have the best YouTube community out there as far as I'm concerned. And we'll come back tomorrow. I don't know when. Friday we'll be out and about, but I'll go pick up the lace and we'll figure out how we're going to do that project. And I'm going to get through this, but I'm going to get through it with my community. So I love you all. Remember to be proud of being you, because everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. You don't need a crochet hook to do it. You just need to come on in and hit that hashtag blessed to crochet, right? And then remember to, we've got you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered, and we'll see you on the next one. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. I promise. I'm going to start coming on pretty regularly, because I know I need to, and I know that's the one way I'll break through this, and I'll figure things out. And I'm going to do it by talking, and that's just do this. This is how this girl rolls, and I just have to understand that's a part of me. And if that's a part of you, and you, how you work things out, then you do you. So I love you all. I'll talk to you all later. Have a great evening. I'm going to go put on a movie and work on these. All right? Love y'all. Bye-bye, everybody, and see you tomorrow. Stay warm, stay cool, and stay you.